Hey guys and gals, it's your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft Travels. Uh, this is 91% isopropyl alcohol fuel, and this is the fuel we're going to use to burn in each of these. They're made of concrete. On the inside of these is stainless steel. So I'm going to pour this into the stainless steel containers. You can burn this fuel inside these little concrete things. These are for both outdoor use and also indoor. So I can use this both indoors and outdoors. And this is the fuel I'm using, the 91% isopropyl alcohol. So let's fill these guys up. And after I'm finished filling each one up, we'll light them up. I got some marshmallows and some chocolate, so I'm gonna roast some marshmallows here. I'm gonna fill these up all the way, and then we'll light them. Anyways, hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. It's a Thursday afternoon here in Midwest Indiana, and yeah, mostly sunny here this Thursday afternoon. I think the temperature is like in the, I think it's like in the 50s. Definitely cold enough for a sweatshirt. So let's go ahead and light these. The leaves are falling here. Oh, I may have to go grab the other one. Let me go grab the other one. That one's. There we go. There we go. All right, they're both lit now. And like I said, you can use these both indoors and outdoors. And once again, 91% isopropyl alcohol is the fuel I'm using. And I believe these particular ones are from the Blade series. And I think they're advertised as indoor, outdoor little cement. And once again, inside there's a stainless steel cup that's inside there. So that's what's holding the fuel. And they also come with a really nice base. So if you set this on any other surface, this wood base protects your surface there. And plus, I thought this would be a cool way to spend a Thursday afternoon here. Or it's the way I wanted to spend a Thursday afternoon. Got me some marshmallows there. This little extended marshmallow holder. Got some dark chocolate with almonds to go with my marshmallows. Little Perrier water. Little sparkling Fresca. Little Coca-Cola. And then I got my my Starbucks pumpkin cream cold brew. And there's a lot of different makers. So yeah, make sure you check out the reviews whenever you pick out one of these. So, and like I said, these are from the Blades series. But there's a whole bunch. They make a whole bunch of them. The one I'm a fan of is the kind that has the stainless steel inside. It's a stainless steel cup. And I love the fact that you just drop the stainless steel cup in there. And then I like the color of the cement. So some of them come in black, some of them come in gray. These are kind of like a gray. This one kind of has like this is a little bit darker gray, and this is a little bit lighter gray. But I like the fuel source, so that's cool. And I love the fact that I can also burn these. I love the fact that I can also burn these inside as well. Sometimes I like to burn my marshmallows. Then sometimes I like to just brown them. That looks pretty good. Whoops. There's still a little fire in them. So these one will be a little bit of, yeah. That's a relaxing way to spend a Thursday afternoon. Pull my chair up a little closer. But yeah, I love roasting marshmallows. And the cool thing about these is I'm roasting them. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I love a good roasted marshmallow. That's really good. Oh my God, that tastes really good. But like I said, you can find a bunch of those indoor, outdoor, and a lot of them do use the isopropyl. That's so good. And it's a fun way to spend a Thursday afternoon. Having a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of roasted marshmallow. Really good. I'm just making sure that shit. I'm just checking the. I was just checking the camera angle there. Hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Just wanted to come on here and do a quick live. And I love these little outdoor. Absolutely love these little indoor-outdoor cement. And the kind I'm looking for whenever I buy these, I look for the kind that's got the stainless steel cylinder. And they also make some square ones that are larger and has a larger stainless steel to pour your isopropyl in. But these little guys are fun because you can use them indoors as well. You guys will see some leaves falling. I got a lot of trees around my area. Roast me some more marshmallows. Yeah, this is a relaxing way to spend a Thursday afternoon. Very relaxing way. It's a little windy today. We got a little wind going. It's got a little bit of wind going. It's relaxing. Look at that. Most people just brown them. Sometimes I burn them a little bit, so that's pretty funny. Oh, look at that gooiness. Look at that gooiness. Oh my God. That's pretty good. Look at that gooiness. A little chocolate with that. I'm telling you guys, roasted marshmallows and dark chocolate, really good combination. Super gooey. That's really good. Mm. Mm. Good combination. Oh, they're just showing out the trees in the background. Look at the. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Hopefully, you guys can see the orange and red leaves. So some of the leaves around here are starting to turn bright orange and red. Brown County. Oh no, my stick started to drop. But yeah, bright orange and red. Really striking bright orange and red. So Brown County is one of my favorite places to go to in the fall. Oh my God, super good. That is really good. So sometime late into October, I really love going down to Brown County, and you will start to see leaves bright orange, bright red, just above me here as well. Beautiful bright orange, beautiful red. What other colors you see in Brown County? Yellow, beautiful yellow, red, orange leaves turning colors in Brown County. Later into the month of October, Brown County gets really, really, really beautiful. Yeah, I love the fall. Um, all the different beautiful colors there in Brown County. There's a restaurant not far from Brown County State Park. I think it's called Hard Times. Makes the most awesome spiked apple cider. It's really delicious. And I believe that restaurant's called Hard Times. And it's not too far from Brown County State Park. So later in the fall, I think me and my family will be going down to Brown County State Park, especially when all the leaves start changing beautiful yellow, orange, and red. Right now, not tons of leaves have fallen yet, but I mean, if you see all these trees here, there's lots and lots and lots of trees here. So later, later in the fall, I'm going to have a lot of leaves to be picking up in the yard. But I love watching it turn red and orange and yellow, the leaves. And this is a cool way to spend a Thursday afternoon here in Midwest USA, Indiana. So I'm about a 3 hours drive from Chicago. I occasionally love to drive up to Chicago. I mainly stay on Lakeshore Drive. Um, my lady is from Peru, South America. And so I like to try to stay in Chicago two nights. So maybe the first night we go to a Peruvian restaurant, or sometimes we'll go to Giordano's, which is a favorite pizza place I like to visit in Chicago. So we'll go to Giordano's, and they're famous for their deep dish pizza. Giordano's is, and it's one of my favorite places to go to get deep dish pizza, which is in Chicago, Giordano's. So we may do that the first night. We'll go. First night we'll go have pizza late in the evening, deep dish pizza, and then during the day on the second day, we go visit a Peruvian restaurant. So, and we try to pick a different Peruvian restaurant on the second day. So that's a lot of fun. And like I said, Chicago's about a 3 hour drive. So that ain't too bad. Yeah, but I've been waiting for the fall so I can do more campfires, and also so I can break out. Uh, like I said, these are indoor outdoor, and I use isopropyl fuel. So it's a kind of a cool way to bring the the flame has an outdoor flame to it. So that's the other reason I like this kind of fuel for this kind of setup, because you can also burn these inside as well. And they're just as nice to use outside as well. But it's a cool way to, it's kind of a cool way to bring these inside. I'm glad I can use these inside, because it's kind of a cool way to bring an outside feel inside. So, and like I said, these are from the Blaze series. But if you buy these now these came in a twin set, so I bought these together, and you can find plenty of them online that are a twin set. But the ones I seem to like the most are the ones that come with a stainless steel inside to put your fuel in. And then I love that wood base plate at the bottom that protects whatever surface you put it on. So that's cool. And it's relaxing. Now, to simply put it out, you just use this. This puts your flame out. And to restart it, you just light it back up. good. Oh, it goes out. It's so funny. Keep the flame, keep the flame. There we go. That's so funny. Those lighters crack me up. That was pretty funny to catch on a live stream. Ooh, that's pretty good. I remember coming across, this is called the Fresca Sparkling Soda Water. So it's Fresca Sparkling Soda Water, grapefruit citrus. Not too bad. When I was in Mexico, they were using some of these to mix drinks. The Fresca Sparkling Soda Water. So whenever I drink one of these, I makes me feel like I'm back in Mexico. I think the last time I was in Mexico, or my last Mexico visit was in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So that was a lot of fun. So the first time I went to Mexico, it was Cancun, Mexico. So I've been to Cancun, Mexico. I've been to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I've been to Sayulita, Mexico. And I've been to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. During the Sayulita trip, I was in Mexico for 2 weeks. And the first week I did an all-inclusive resort, which covered all the drinks and meals. And then the second week, I rented an Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico, up on a hill. And it was really nice. You only had to walk up the hill a little bit, and you're right there in your Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico. And then when we wanted to join the party, or if we felt like partying, we would just walk down from our Airbnb, and we'd be right there in the center of all the shops and towns there in Sayulita, Mexico. It was really nice. Also, during that Sayulita trip, I think we rented a golf cart so we could drive to some smaller beaches that wouldn't be as crowded. And that was totally worth the money because we jumped in our golf cart and then we drove there to the smaller beaches that didn't have as many people. So the main beach I remember in Sayulita was pretty busy, and it was near all the restaurants and all the towns and stuff. So it was definitely worth renting a golf cart and checking out the rest of Sayulita. That was a lot of fun. And then the other place I went to was Cape Town, South Africa. I got to stay a week in Cape Town, South Africa, and that was a lot of fun. I think the last place I traveled to was Lima, Peru, South America. I really miss Lima, Peru, South America. I'm hoping one of these days, I'm hoping I can retire. Maybe I'm thinking between 6 to 8 years from now. I'm hoping to retire, and if I do get to retire, I'm hoping to spend the summers here in Indiana, the summers and fall, but in the winter go travel to Peru. So basically, skip the Indiana winters and spend half of that time in Peru. But that'll happen after I retire, which might not be until 8 years from now. Oh my God. I of course, I've also fell in love with Mexico, the different parts of Mexico. especially the southern parts of Mexico. I've fallen in love with, but I also really like Peru. I'm Me and my little family is always monitoring the political situation down in Peru. Uh, I'm hoping it gets really, really awesome. I hope things get better and better. The political situation, especially 8 years from now, I'm hoping the political situation is really awesome in Peru. So that way, I'm able to spend maybe half the year in Peru. That's my wish. The food is amazing. The people are amazing. The food is amazing. The hospitality is amazing in Peru, South America. Uh, oh my God, they have this thing called there's this Chinese food in Peru, but they call it chifa, and it's Peruvian spices infused into the Chinese food, and they call it chifa in Peru. And then there's lomo sentado, which is like a steak and rice dish. Roast con pollo, which is like a rice and chicken dish. Um, oh my God. And then there's ceviche, which is fresh seafood, a mixture of fresh seafood that's simmered in lemon and lime sauce, and it's really, really good. Ceviche. So I've had, when I've been at San Bartolo Playa, playa means beach in Spanish. When I've been to San Bartolo Playa, I've enjoyed this restaurant that's not too far from San Bartolo. I think it's called Pereires, and they have ceviche mixo, and they have a lot of fresh seafood dishes at Pereires. And like I said, it's not too far from San Bartolo Beach in Peru, South America. And oh my God. And then the neat thing about December in Peru, it's the start of their summer. So if I were to start going to Peru and skipping out on the winters here in Indiana, I'd be enjoying the start of their summer in Peru. So that's the other reason I'd love to spend half my time in Peru. But yeah, the last place I traveled to was Peru. And it was really awesome. Got to visit my wife's family, so that was a lot of fun. So that's the other reason. My wife's from Peru, South America. So that's the other reason I'm hoping 8 years from now I can retire and spend half my time in Peru, which would be really awesome. But for now, I have to settle vacationing there every once in a while. But I also thought about settling in Mexico, either Cancun and Sayulita. My lady said there's too much partying in Sayulita, so she couldn't see us retiring in Sayulita, Mexico. But I had fun. It was cool, especially when I rented an Airbnb there in Sayulita, Mexico. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, if you guys grab these outdoor little fire pits and you use the isopropyl fuel, uh, they're a lot of fun. And they're relaxing to look at. Or in my case, a chilled Thursday afternoon. And I do have 2 stacks of my favorite wood to burn in this outdoor fire pit is birch wood. So I got 2 stacks of birch wood that I'll break out later on another live stream. And in the next live stream, I'll show you the different configurations you can put your fire pit. Some people set up their hardwood They take their hardwood tinder and they set it up like in a log cabin style. That's one way to do a fire pit. Another way to do a fire pit is you set up your your hardwood tinder in a teepee style, and then you stack your logs around that teepee style, and then you light some smaller tinder under it. I think the teepee style is my favorite way to set up a campfire. Some people set up the log cabin style for maybe a longer burn, but I like the way the flame looks like when when I stack my logs up in a teepee style, and then light some small tinder in the center of it. That's probably my favorite way to set up a campfire. Or I want to say a lot of people might set up their campfire that way. But on some of the other channels, I have seen them set their lighter tinder up in a log cabin style, and then they stack their logs on top of that, and then they light a tinder on the inside. Another thing I've seen people do, um, they lay their tinder flat, and then they light a small tinder, and once that base gets kind of lit up really well, then they start laying their logs how they want it, either teepee style on top of that flat surface, or they'll do the log cabin style of setting up a campfire. So this way is pretty cool because you're carrying. They make smaller size isopropyl alcohol sizes. That's one of the big sizes you saw me use. They got some smaller ones that are, I don't know, like that size. But I guess it depends on how many days you would be out exploring or hiking in the woods. But you can buy smaller containers of that isopropyl. So that was the 91%. I got the highest percentage of isopropyl. The reason I buy the 91% or higher is because I like the way that particular isopropyl burns. The 70% isopropyl burns okay, but I think the 90 something, in this case it's 91% isopropyl. I think it burns a bigger flame. So that's why you like using this fuel source for this one. And then the cool thing about this fuel source, you can also burn these indoors as well. But on a beautiful day like today, you can enjoy it. You can also enjoy these on outdoors as well. And it's relaxing looking at a flame. And it's a cool way to chill out on a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, even though the fall is one of my favorite seasons, mainly because the leaves change color, bright orange, red, and yellow. The season that comes behind that is winter. And if you guys dig back on some of my other live streams, particularly I can't remember what it would be called, but there was a live stream I did out here, and it was it was wintertime. Uh, I don't know how soon winter is going to get here in Indiana, but in that particular live stream, this gravel you see around this fire pit, when I came out here and did that live stream, all this gravel was covered with nothing but snow and ice. I was wearing cowboy boots. I was wearing my Texas sweatshirt, and people saw me slowly shimmy around the campfire. I did build a really big campfire, mainly because it was really cold outside. You could see my breath during the live stream, so it was a trip. I had a lot of fun making that live stream, but it was sketchy because I was wearing cowboy boots, walking on the snow and ice around the campfire here. So But yeah, that was a trip. So some of my live streams have been very memorable. That's the one I remember the most because it was really cold. And I came out here because I absolutely wanted to build a campfire. So it's really wild, some of the stuff I remember on some of my different live streams I've done. It's definitely a trip. But yeah, like I said, these kind of, I love these items here. I love the fact that I can use these both indoors and outdoors. And um, it's just a fun way. I mean, it's always relaxing to look at a flame. And then the isopropyl fuel, the fact that I can use that indoors is cool. And these are just as fun to use outdoors as well. And especially on a fall day like this, just a beautiful fall day. I just saw some leaves drop just now. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful Thursday afternoon. And I bought these in a set off the internet. I think they're called the Legendary Blaze series is the name of these, and they come in a pack of two, which is cool. And I'm just listening to the sounds of nature and looking at the flame. Super relaxing. Oh, I just heard a branch drop just now. Now, sometimes I've heard a tree drop and it literally shakes the ground, which is crazy. In this case, it sounded like it was a very small branch that dropped. There's times where I've heard a tree drop. When a tree drops, it shakes the whole ground. It makes you, or it made me think something fell on the house. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm just watching the flame, and watching the leaves fall off the tree. And like I said, we're starting to get these orange, yellow, and red leaves. Which is beautiful. Which makes fall one of my favorite seasons. Fall. Woo. Mm, that's good. Mm. Oh, that's a gooiness. Mm. Mm. I'm telling y'all, these are really good. Mm. Cool way to spend that Thursday afternoon. Oh, look at that. That's so good. Mm. It's hard to describe the texture. I love the chalky burnt. I don't know why I like it. Some people like it only brown. Brown's cool, but I like the. I don't know, for some reason I like the charcoal. Charcoal like. Mm. Oh my god, really good. Ooh, I hear some birds. We have a variety of species of birds around here too. Um, on my YouTube channel, I recorded a hawk. So we have a hawk. I think someone took a picture of a bald eagle. I don't know. It was in my area, but they posted the picture. So they even spotted an American bald eagle. But I've seen hawks here. I've seen a variety. I've seen deer. So I have woods surrounding my neighborhood. There's only like 5 houses on my neighborhood. So we have deer. I've seen deer. I've seen a red fox. I've seen raccoon. I've seen possum. I've seen chipmunks. I've seen squirrels. A variety of different small birds, but I've also seen lots of hawks. I've seen owl. So far, I've seen 2 gray owls, and one of them had already grabbed a squirrel. Yeah. So I saw a large gray owl uh, run off with a squirrel, and I've also seen a hawk catch a squirrel too. But lots of wildlife around my neighborhood because there's surrounding woods around my neighborhood. So, so these woods support a lot of life. Like I said, small chipmunks, squirrels, red fox, raccoon, possum, lots of squirrels and chipmunks. So far, I've only spotted 2 gray owls and 1 hawk. And then, like I said, someone took a picture of an American bald eagle around here. So I've yet to see the American bald eagle, but I do see the hawks. And like I said, I did see 2 gray owls. Not together. Each of the gray owls I saw on 2 separate occasions. And then on top of that, I've seen a red fox. So there's a fox family around here. Now imagine the gray owls and the hawks keep down they probably keep the chipmunk and squirrel population in check. Oh wow, I just saw a large dragonfly. That was cool. That's the other reason I like sitting out here by a fire element, because every once in a while I watch the animals move around here in my backyard here. So yeah, this is a pretty healthy wooded area that supports all this wildlife around here. And it makes it fun to watch. I like watching wildlife, so that's pretty cool. Or I find it relaxing watching wildlife. And then, like I said, fall's one of my favorite times of the year because the changing of the color of the leaves, going from green to yellow, orange, and then red. So as it gets later in October, me and my family are going to make a trip down to Brown County, Indiana, and check out. We're going to check out all the beautiful color of changing of leaves later in October. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm about 30. I'm about 30 to 40 minutes away from Brown County State Park. So, because I'm kind of south of Indy, I'm south of Indianapolis, so I'm not too far from Brown County State Park. And I think I've made some YouTube videos where I've showed up to Brown County State Park really, really early in the morning. And I've done morning hikes by myself in Brown County State Park. Now, later in the afternoon, I sometimes take my family down to Brown County State Park. But when I go really early in the morning to Brown County State Park, I feel like I almost have the whole park to myself. But I'm grateful to live in an area that has a lot of wildlife already. That I can see plenty of wildlife here where I live at. I don't always have to run down to Brown County State Park. I've done some camping down in Brown County State Park. It's one of my favorite places to camp. Now, when I was younger, um, uh, we lived in Denver, Colorado with my mom's family. And my dad used to take me and my brother camping all the time when we lived in Denver. And when we camped somewhere, I think it was a place called Buffalo Creek where we camped in Denver, Colorado. And we would camp and no one would probably be around us for almost like a 13-mile radius. So it was real remote camping in Denver, Colorado. My mom and dad, before they had us, my mom and dad my mom's really unusual because my parents went camping when they only had sleeping bags, but I think they're the ones that gave me the love of the outdoors. But anyways, my parents would go camping, and sometimes I think this was before they even got a camping tent. Eventually, my dad ended up buying a canvas camping tent, but my parents used to sleep out under the stars just in sleeping bags. That's how much they enjoyed the outdoors in Denver, Colorado. Now, what's scary camping in Denver, Colorado, they would have warning signs in some of the places they would camp out in Denver, warning signs about bears. And so I'm amazed that my parents slept out in sleeping bags in the outdoors. So, yeah, where they camped out, sometimes there were bears around. Now, the only thing that's really around maybe in Brown County State Park is water moccasins and maybe rattlesnakes. When I go on hiking in Brown County State Park, I don't look under large logs. I don't lift large rocks because sometimes that's where you can find rattlesnakes. So when I go hiking in Brown County State Park, I watch where I step, and I also don't lift up logs and rocks because snakes are really, especially rattlesnakes and water moccasins. Uh, I find the majority of snakes are not trying to be found, and I mean sometimes they can come in contact. I've seen some YouTube videos where people have captured and caught on film rattlesnakes out in the open, which is kind of a surprise to me because most snakes like to stay in a very wooded area and not be seen. But I think some snakes also come out and lay out on the street. They lay out on the road to get heat. So I guess that's when a snake would stay not covered is when it's trying to warm up, and maybe it will lay out on a road. Um, but most times, snakes for the most part usually stay covered. So, but like any other animal, if they really want some warmth, I've seen squirrels do that too. Squirrels will lay out on the road trying to get some sun and some warmth. But I guess snakes are famous for doing that too. I think one time when me and my family went hiking, my daughter saw a black snake. I think it was a mid-sized snake go into a hole, and I was wondering if maybe that was a king snake. King snakes sometimes will eat poisonous snakes. So king snakes come in all different kinds of colors. I've seen some king snakes that are white and black, and I don't know how many species of king snake would be in Brown County State Park, or I don't even know if they're there in Brown County State Park. I do know there's water moccasins and there's rattlesnakes. So in Brown County State Park. But I think king snakes are pretty cool because they eat the poisonous snakes. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's parts of the United States where people go camping. They not only have to worry about bear, but they have to worry about the mountain lion. So I can only imagine. I can't imagine camping in places like that where you'd face bear or mountain lion. Now I think the show Alone, uh, like people that camp in the remote parts of Alaska, there's bear, there's moose, uh, yeah, large moose, bear, and maybe wolves. And then there's a little chipmunk. I don't know if you guys can see it. He's right there by the trees there. I'm gonna see if I can get a little closer. Of course, oh, I think he heard me start to run away. He was right by the. He's right by my trees over here. He's right there. There's a little tiny chipmunk. That's so funny. See what I'm talking about? Just sitting out here on the sitting out here in this chair that I'm in. It's this there's the chair that I'm currently in is that chair right there. So it's the same style of chair. I think they call them Adirondack chairs. So I love these Adirondack chairs. Yeah, I can't imagine camping in the remote part of Alaska. Hey, what's up, Levi? Oh, hey, here's Levi. He says, "Hey, Mr. Cool." Hey, what's up, Levi? All right. Uh-oh, Levi said, "Start the big fire." Start the big fire. He says, "Vote for Donald Trump." Actually, you don't have to worry about that. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh, I hope I don't lose any subscribers. Oh, what's up, Levi? Yeah, Levi is pretty cool. Yeah, this is my nickname at work. They call me Mr. Cool. Oh my God, I think I kind of have to. I wonder how much. How long have I been on here? Ooh, I've been on here an hour. I love it. Brother Levi. Start the big fire. Brother Levi is cool. Anyways, that's my nickname at work, Mr. Cool. I appreciate you, Levi, stopping by, man. That's super cool. Yeah, yeah. I found out that some of my coworkers have subscribed to my YouTube channel. So, but I've been doing this since 2017. So I've been doing this for a while. I haven't turned on any of my monetization. When did I reach? I think it was not that long ago. I reached 1,000 subscribers, and I remember what Casey Neistat said. He was waiting till he got a ridiculous amount of subscribers, and I think I may do the same thing. I may wait till I get like way more than 1,000 subscribers before I'll turn on my monetization. So, but there are a lot of big YouTube channels I do follow. Um, One of my favorite outdoor YouTube channels is called Corporal's Corner, and he's one of the instructors at Dave Canterbury School. So, if some of you are new to bushcraft, there's this one guy I follow. His name is Dave Canterbury. Um, I still want you guys to watch my content, but please make sure, especially if you're wondering about camping and bushcraft and survival, Dave Canterbury's a really good YouTube channel. I still want you to watch my content as well. But I watch Dave Canterbury. I watch Corporal's Corner. I also watch, who else do I watch? It's called TMP. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get that right? Yeah, TNP. And the TMP channel. And it's a retired Air Force colonel. And anyways, he's a retired Air Force colonel. It's called TMP. Oh, the Nut and Fancy channel. Sorry, I knew it would come to my head, my brain. Anyways, it's called the Nut and Fancy channel. He's a retired Air Force colonel. Really, really good dude. Retired Air Force colonel. He's got some really cool videos. The Nut and Fancy channel calls himself really an outdoor channel. But yeah, the Nut and Fancy channel. I believe he's a retired Air Force colonel. And anyways, his YouTube channel is called Nut and Fancy Channel. Really, really, you won't be disappointed at all if you follow and subscribe to the Nut and Fancy channel. Outdoor Gear Reviews, another channel. His name is Luke. Luke runs the Outdoor Gear Review channel. It's another YouTube channel I follow. I highly recommend Corporal's Corner. I highly recommend the Nut and Fancy channel. And then I highly recommend the Outdoor Gear Review channel run by Luke. So I highly recommend those. Those are, oh wow, look, my little fires went out. So after all this fuel burns, now I won't throw that because these are hot. So don't ever take your isopropyl. Don't ever throw that into a hot stainless steel thing. Don't ever do that. So the only way I'll re-put fuel back in those is after that stainless steel cools, which probably would take a while. But yeah, I only refuel these when they're totally cold. So that's a tip there. Don't ever put fuel in there when they're hot. I know it sounds like common sense, but yeah, sometimes you got to say that so people don't do that. But yeah, I love those outdoor channels I just recommended to you guys. Really, really cool. I'm gonna make this a little taller so you guys can see me. But man, a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. Totally beautiful Thursday afternoon here. Yeah, kind of a cool way to spend a Thursday afternoon. But I appreciate my bro Levi. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Cool. Actually, you know what's funny? I actually like that my nickname's Mr. Cool at work. Uh, yeah, I work with a really cool group of dudes at work. They're really cool. And then I'm not surprised that he said this. Start the big fire. And then I like his last one, which I hope I don't lose too many subscribers, which I was already going to vote that way. This one here. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Kudos to that. That's got to be my favorite comment here on this live. So that's my favorite comment on this live. Vote for Donald Trump. And it's so funny. If I had to guess, the outdoor channels I just recommended, there's the retired Air Force colonel. I'm sure he also would vote for Donald Trump. The Nut and Fancy Project. So, yeah, I have no doubt that the Nut and Fancy Project. I mean, I can't speak for Nut and Fancy, but I have no doubt that he would vote for Trump. And then I'm definitely going to vote for Trump. But yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, just a really relaxing Thursday afternoon. Super relaxing. Super chill. I'm just relaxing and chillaxing. And then, yeah, Corporal's Corner. He is, yeah, make sure you check out Corporal's Corner. Especially if some of you are going to start to get into camping and bushcraft. Please make sure you go check out Corporal's Corner. I believe he's a former Marine, and he's also he may be a current Dave Canterbury instructor too. So go check out Dave Canterbury. I think Dave Canterbury talks about the 10 C's you should have in your pack, your outdoor pack. So yeah, if you buy a really nice pack. I think I bought a really nice backpack. They had all kinds of Molly. I believe it's kind of a light olive green backpack, and it's got all kinds of Molly webbing on it. This green backpack I got. I have this really nice largemouth canteen. It's a stainless steel canteen, and it's inside a tan carrier that I put in my backpack. And It's kind of a mid-size. I mean, it's a pretty large backpack, but not. I'm not sure how many. Anyways, I would describe it as a kind of a mid-size olive green backpack. It has my canteen in it, which is inside another little small pack about that size. My canteen is, and it's stainless steel, but it's a wide mouth canteen. And I purchased it from Dave Canterbury, and it's a wide mouth. I think it's about this big. Most canteens are kind of like that, but the wide mouth canteen's kind of like that, and I just like it better. It's a stainless steel canteen, and I purchased it from the Dave Canterbury. I've also purchased some more knives from Dave Canterbury. I've also gone to the Army Navy surplus store, and I've bought some really nice, different kind of knives from the Army Navy surplus store. Uh, I really, it's off of Arlington, I believe. No, wait a minute. 21st in Arlington. The Army Navy surplus store. If you live here in Indiana and you want to find some really cool outdoor gear, go to 21st in Arlington and go to the Army Navy surplus store. So I found some really cool gear at the Army Navy surplus store. And when you're a bushcrafter like me, um, whether I'm bushcrafting or camping, I've always found different tasks I can do with all the different knives I have. The one thing they do talk about as far as knife is fixed blade knife, and full tang means like, let's say this is a handle here. Full tang means metal goes all the way through the handle to the tip of the blade. So whenever someone advertises their knife as a full tang knife, that's what they mean. Uh, the stainless steel goes all the way through the handle to the tip of the blade. So that's what full tang means when you're buying a full tang knife. Um, when I go camping, I try at least to have one full tang knife. I one of the things I will do with my full tang knife is I will make smaller tinder before starting a campfire. Um, they have a thing that's called batoning. You'll put this is wood, and you'll put your blade there on the wood, and then you'll take a little bit larger stick and you'll hit the tip of your blade, and basically you're running the knife through the wood. You're batoning the wood. So, and then I've cut all kinds of cordage. Sometimes, of course, now that I have this cool hammock system, I don't need to. Before I used to use cordage to tie up a hammock. Now I don't need to do it because I have a hammock system that's got a loop system. It's I think it's a strap. It's got two ends of a strap that's got like, I don't know, 10 loops on it, and you can adjust it really quick with the metal hooks you have at the end of each of your hammock, and you can adjust it accordingly. And you can buy those hammock systems at Dick's Sporting Goods. I went through the Academy outdoor. I went and visited the Outdoor Academy store, but I can't remember seeing any hammock systems. But I have bought hammock systems from Dick's Sporting Goods, and I believe the Sportsman's Warehouse may also have hammock system as well. So, but I really love the different hammock systems out there. So, but yeah, the hammock system I currently have at both ends have like 10 loops, and like I said, I got a metal carabiner on each end of my hammock, and I can adjust it real quick. Landon says hi. What's up? What's up, bro, Landon? What's up there, Levi? Bob misses you. That's pretty funny. Like I said, I really dig being called Mr. Cool. Great group of guys. Oh my God, they're probably at work. So I hope their work day is going safe. I really do. Um, yeah, great group of guys I work with. Really cool dudes. Um, their work they do is pretty awesome. Work they do is really important. Um, yeah, I hope they're having a good day at work. I'm always praying that every time I'm at work, I'm having a safe day. And I'm also praying my crew has a safe day. So I won't say on here what I do for work, but the work they do, they know the work they do is very important. So that's the main thing. Great group of guys. Um, and like I said, the work they do is really important. It's so funny. I think I learned from one of them, or I think one of them I learned had subscribed, and then I think there's another one that subscribed. So, and what's so funny is I didn't promote that I was doing YouTube, but I think I did tell one of them I've been doing YouTube since 2017. So, but yeah, I don't know when the next time I'll get to go travel. Um, but then my hope is, um, oh, anytime, especially if you guys make plans to go to Mexico. Um, awesome, there's awesome things in Mexico, especially the southern part of Mexico. There's really awesome all inclusive resort packages you guys can go check out. Um, they have all inclusives in Cancun. They also have all inclusive hotels in Puerto Vallarta, and they also in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, also has all inclusive hotels as well. Um, Now in Peru, I don't think they do that in Peru. I don't think they have all inclusive hotels in Peru, but Mexico, man, they got it down. Um, but then I liked what I did in Sayulita, Mexico. I stayed at all inclusive. I stayed in Mexico for 2 weeks in Sayulita. The first week, I stayed at an all inclusive resort in Sayulita, Mexico. And then the second week, I rented an Airbnb, and both ended up being, I compared both weeks, the all inclusive resort in Sayulita, Mexico, to the Airbnb, and both were very similar in price. So, but what I really digged about the all inclusive is all your drinks and food are covered in all inclusive. But one of the things I enjoyed with in the second week when I rented Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico, is our Airbnb in Sayulita, Mexico was up on a hill, and whenever we wanted to keep rejoining the party, we just left our Airbnb and walked. As soon as we walked down the hill, we were right there by all the restaurants and stuff in Sayulita, Mexico. So I've done both in Mexico, both the Airbnb and also the all-inclusive resort. Aaron says, "What's up, Mr. Big Cool?" That's pretty funny. What's up, Aaron? I hope you're safe, man. Yeah, Mr. Aaron's cool. One thing I can say for Mr. Aaron, he loves keeping his crew safe, and that's really awesome. Um, Man, that's more all I can say about that. He likes keeping his crew safe, and I think that's really cool. Um, some of my, I think some of my fellow coworkers are also former military, so that's really awesome when someone has a former military background. So any of you out there that are former military people, I think you'll really like Corporal's Corner YouTube channel, and I think you'll also like the Nut and Fancy Project. So any of my former military people, the two YouTube channels I think you'll really like is Corporal's Corner and also the Nut and Fancy Project. Make sure you go check out those. Um, Nut and Fancy, even though he has a lot of gun reviews on his channel, the Nut and Fancy channel, he also has a lot of outdoor reviews. He also has some philosophy videos out there, the Nut and Fancy channel. So high praises to the Nut and Fancy channel, and a lot of high praises for Corporal's Corner. And then there's another channel. He's not a former military guy, but his name is Luke, and he runs the Outdoor Gear Review. So if you're really into gear, actually, you probably like all three channels if you're really into camping gear and bushcraft gear and survival in general. I think you'll like Corporal's Corner. I think you'll enjoy the Nut and Fancy project, and I also think you'll enjoy the Outdoor Gear Review run by Luke. So all three of those channels. I know one thing: the Nut and Fancy channel. He also not only does he review guns, he also reviews knives. So if you like a really good knife or like a really good pocket knife, I'll give you fair warning. If you watch the Nut and Fancy channel a lot, you'll end up spending a lot of money on. If you're a gun guy, you'll end up spending a lot of money if you watch the Nut and Fancy project, because he reviews lots of different guns. If you're a knife guy, you'll end up spending lots of money on knives, because he reviews a lot of different knives. The Nut and Fancy project does. And then he also reviews watches too. But for me, I watch the Nut and Fancy channel a lot because I'm a knife guy and I'm a bushcrafter. So I like I think Blade HQ. I think he's made some special knives. The Nut and Fancy project has made some really special knives from Blade HQ. Blade HQ has a really cool bunch of folder knives that are really awesome. And yeah, if you're a knife guy, you'll really enjoy the Nut and Fancy project, because he reviews a lot of knives on his channel. And then there's a set of brothers whose channel I can't remember right now. Oh my God. I think that there's two European brothers, and I think their acronym for their channel is DH something. That's terrible. I can't remember offhand. But they also review a lot of knives. But mainly the Nut and Fancy channel, because he sometimes works with Blade HQ and will build very special folder knives, which is really awesome. So I'm going to wrap this up. And before I wrap this up, I'll talk about the three channels once again I think you guys should check out and subscribe to: the Outdoor Gear Review, ran by Luke, the Nut and Fancy project, and also Corporal's Corner. And then don't forget to watch my content as well. But please go support those channels: Corporal's Corner, Outdoor Gear Review, Corporal's Corner, Outdoor Gear Review, and the Nut and Fancy project. Make sure you go check out those channels. Anyways, this is your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf's Bushcraft Travels. Hope you guys can get out there and go camping. Yeah, get out there and go camping. I hope you guys make sure you comment on this video, different places you've been to travel. Let me know the different places you guys and gals want to travel to, and if you've and also, yeah, let me know if you've gotten to travel to Mexico or Peru or anywhere you've gotten a chance to travel. Sometimes I've even traveled to Chicago, which isn't even outside the country. It's just a 3-hour drive from Chicago, and I've had really cool trips to Chicago. So sometimes you don't necessarily always have to go outside the United States just to travel. So anyways, hope you guys and gals have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you in the next live stream. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Later, Gators. Cheers. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Cheers.